Today we are going to be talking about a son, a boy, that his father traveled from overseas back home to Ghana. And when the father got back home to Ghana, this boy was so wise that he thinks that in spite of the fact that the father has bought him machines like a car to use for his own business, this gentleman decided to organize friends, organize boys, to, for the lack of a better word due to YouTube policies, to organize friends to go and do something to the father so that they can take more money. Life. Listen to this guy. I'll be translating it for you. So you see, they are asking this guy whether he is his brother, and he says he is my everything. So if he is your everything, why would you want to harm someone that is acting in your life as your everything? Why would you wish to harm such a person? Why would you wish that such a person is robbed or things are taken from him? The money that he has brought, the money that he has, if you ask him anything, he gives you. So why would you call people to go and get him and to take things from him like that? It is very, very surprising that people will do this. But then we will listen to him as he tries to, we try to get the explanations going on. They are asking him, is he your brother? Is he your brother? Then he says, he's my everything. He is my everything. People of God, if you live overseas, if you are a burger, like we say it, if you are a burger or you come from overseas, please let this be a great lesson to you. Share your thoughts and your experiences if you have any, because he says he is my everything. Even though he's his everything, he has still managed to organize people to go and take everything from him. The world is very wicked. Let's see what he's got to say. You see, the sad thing is that they are asking this guy, did he buy you the car that you are driving at the moment? He says, he's my everything. He's going on to say that anything I need, he gives me. Whatever I need in my life, he gives me. Anything. Oh, just imagine. So the father, brother, friend, everything that he's got, that he calls him my everything. This guy returned from overseas back home to Ghana, and the guy is confessing that he bought him a car to use for his commercial business. He is his everything. I mean, he is his everything. Or maybe he is his everything. So if the person is your everything and he does everything for you, why would you wish that people went to him and took everything? And looking at the way you are, I believe this guy is someone that would not accept to go to school. He wouldn't want to learn a trade or anything. So the brother, the father, the whatever he is, has done his best to buy you a car to use for your own business, to make life easier for you. But then he would rather want to have it all, even though he doesn't know the type of life you live overseas. From whatever you go through to be able to survive life overseas. But when you travel back home, you meet people like this. And remember, this guy is not a friend. He's his brother, father, and everything.
From Stephen J. Take the name. Your uniform. Kasa. No more Kasa. What's your name? Stephen J.
His name is Stephen J.
There was a
He's 30 years old.
I told you 3 weeks ago, so you go to jail. Today. Yes, I'm a tenant. I'm a tenant.
A 30-year-old young man, Stephen Jedu, who doesn't want to use his life for anything. Someone has traveled overseas to use his energy to try and make money. He was not selfish. He has tried to get to the point of buying you a car for you to use for your business. But Stephen Jedu is not happy about that. He would rather have it all. So Stephen Jedu has decided to take everything from the brother with his friends. We have brother Eric, sister Erica Obey. Oh, my sister, God bless you so much. She says, what a shame, Lord have mercy. And evangelist saying prayer, 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 prayer. People, this is very terrible. It makes living life overseas and wishing to go back home to Africa or to wherever you came from, where you migrated from. It makes it a bit difficult because the longer you stay outside your country, the more you lose contacts and you seem to lose your bearings at the place you used to live. So when you are going back, you go back like a stranger. And so if you are going back like a stranger, the closest relatives you have, they are your only source of confidence. It's your only source of dependence. And so if those people that you are helping, your family members, are also going to organize people to take from you the little you took back. And even if you are lucky and they just take material things, then you are lucky. What if they go beyond? You know what I mean? They take your life or they take something else more precious to you. The way wickedness is going, I don't know the right word to use. That's why evangelist is just putting the hand as in prayer, prayer, prayer. Please, if you have joined us, we encourage you and to please share the link. We are live both on Facebook and YouTube. We need to educate ourselves. I believe someone may have seen this, but trust me, if you have seen it, your friend somewhere may not have seen it. But once you share it around, then you will see that people will be learning a lot from such things as well. So be a blessing by sharing. So Stephen Jedu is confessing these things to us.
I know what this guy can do. Fool. What are you touching? We are my baby. A young one, can't young one go dear Uber.
He says he says he's an Uber driver. You see, they are asking him what came into his mind for him to think that it is better to, punish the person that is giving him hope in life, giving him support. What came into his mind? That is the question they are asking Stephen right now.
Which is
and come back to our own country. Nothing else.
Go straight to you should attack your father.
They are asking him what did the man do to him? Did the man, offend him in any way? The man that he calls his father, brother, everything. Did the man offend him in any way? He's saying no, he did nothing. The man has done nothing. He's rather been good to him. So they're asking him then what happened? He's saying, they're asking him, so if he didn't do anything bad to him, why would he then try to harm him, hurt him? And then he says he would rather conclude that he's an idiot. He says he's a fool. That's the best word he could use for himself.
No, don't go there. Don't go there. So, when the church are being said, of our is no more attack over that.
Okay. At the end of the day, and then sorry, and my friend say, my father, it's me na me kono and I'm a father. It's not sika, not also being fasika woman, because son of member and because meaning me sika woman who needs it's me who be a journey be she between say say friend say be who be a dream be shame to him. Say me papa say you many obi
no one na tell us how been say for far money
see where be
Okay, so they are asking this young man what happened, and he said his father sent him for an errand, and he realized that the money on him was not enough for him, and they are trying to push to let him just say, this is how the thought came into my mind. But this guy is just spinning around, and he's saying that it was just a discussion he had with someone. So we're going to see if he's going to tell us who that someone is.
What's
the question meaning be to the meaning, but offend the phone so or you'll be a man in the casa.
Oh my goodness. Please don't say this. Don't say this. Don't say this. He's saying that the person that he had a discussion with, and the person brought this idea to do this against his lovely father, friend, and all that. The person is someone he just talks to all the time, and that person happens to be his friend from church. I wish he never said this, but that is what he said. His friend from church, so they go to the same church, and according to him, that is where this whole thing started from. So the person from church gave him an advice. So let's see what advice what discussion they had.
Don't do that, please. Sorry, Ben. Sorry, I'll call you. Sorry, now I'll call
you. Leading Star Chapel International.
Leading Star Chapel.
So he says he attends a church with this guy. The name of the church is Leading Star International. Leading Star International. That is a wonderful name. Leading Star International in a place called Insawam. So that's where he attends the same church with this guy. The guy is called Yao. He gave him the idea. So we'll see what idea he gave him.
Okay, I
na me to me fa kwa this calibi na me de holy. It's a no man me should be na.
Bible says bad friends corrupt good morals. His friend told him that he is being loose. He's not being a man enough, that he needs money, but he's got a father that has returned from overseas, that instead of using some way to get some of the money, this guy is being loose and just staying there and not getting money from his father. So according to him, this is the advice a friend from church gave him, from a church called Leading Star International in Insawam, somewhere in Ghana. So this advice is what made him take this decision to organize people. So let's see, we're about to end this short video.
Said you I want to create and I'm saying could be actually.
If you die, you say I want the number of phones.
Okay.
So it's okay.
Okay, so viewers, this is what the guy is talking about. He says that he's got the phone number of that guy on his phone. The guy, the very same guy that encouraged and promoted this to happen, he's got his phone number. So obviously, the guy is getting arrested. Most definitely, he's getting arrested. He has been arrested as we speak. But the issues here we need to, the ideas or the thoughts we need to have from this is this. Viewers, when we travel overseas, we have to, I think, be careful. Anyone that travels overseas from any country, it doesn't matter what country you traveled to or what country you are returning from, you have to be very, very careful of the people you are meeting. because it looks as if no one can be trusted any longer in this day and age. It is difficult to get people that you can trust. I know there are really, good people out there in the families, among our friends that we can depend on for great things. I believe there are people like that. But some of these people that we are talking about, people like this is his own child. His own child. If his own child could go to this point, then it becomes very, very tricky, and it means that we should just be ready for anything. It's like when an investigator is conducting an investigation. To him, everyone is a suspect. So at this point, I would say that traveling overseas, you need more than 2 pair of eyes. You need the power of God to be with you. You need a protection of God, because you have no idea what the people you are going to meet can do. It's really ridiculous, because he's bought a car for this guy for his own business, and then only God knows what other thoughts or intentions he has for this guy. Evangelist Asari says, God have mercy. Yes, Papa, we need the mercies of God to intervene on our behalf, because the way things are going, it's so scary now. It is very, very scary. For us to get to this stage, no. I know people, sin is in the world. People do things, but if people can go to the extent of, affecting people that are being, positively impacting on their lives, then what is the point? It means there is a big problem that we all have to wise up. We all have to wake up in everything that we are doing, because it means that there is no safe spot. You have a mother, you have a father, you have brothers, you have cousins, you have good friends around. But when you go and children of yours could do this, people you intend to help could also decide to do this to you, then the situation is desperate. Because one thing is, many other thoughts that go on in the thoughts that go on in the minds of people that can be a blessing to other people. Okay, but then it's not everything that they can say. So before you tell someone what you want to do for them or how you want to support them in their life, they are also planning things like this behind the scene, and it's so sad. It is so worrying that people can get to the point of becoming this wicked. At the moment, we are also going into the next thought. I want you to share your thoughts, viewers. Please share your opinion, share your experiences. If you've had a similar encounter when you traveled, or if you've heard of anything like that, you can share your thoughts and encourage someone at the bottom of the screen. And at the moment, we are going to have a chat with another situation where our brother Kofi Adoma is talking to a gentleman, and this guy, the guy is doing well in life, but his own wife decided to also organize people to affect his life. And this one is not to take anything but his very life. Something so precious. If you don't want to marry the person, why don't you just move on? Like, if you are bold enough to go to this extent, then divorce will be nothing for you. So you are better off taking the easier way out, rather than to stay with a person that you think you don't want to be around this person. Okay, so we are on Family Arena today telling you that if somebody like this is that wicked, it is better that the person even moved out or left you alone for you to pursue your life. What a shame. We have Sister Erica Obin says, it's so hard to trust people these days, especially those back home. That is exactly right, my sister. It is so hard, extremely difficult to give them, some of them, your trust. Because the very ones that you thought you could depend on, they are the people that you can't do anything with them. Brother Chumesi Kwame, Alan K. Kwame, how are you doing? He says, the moment you travel outside the country, you become an enemy to your own people back home. Oh my goodness. Well said. The very time you travel out of the country, that is the time you become an enemy to your loved ones back home. Why? Because they have created a certain kind of competition between you and them. But when you were with them and things were tough, everyone was happy together. Everyone was cool. But all of a sudden, as soon as you travel out of the country, they create a competition and they find a position for themselves and choose a spot for you, and whether you like it or not, they are on this battle with you. People, we all need to wisen up and know that if people are trying to be this wicked, then it takes the grace and the wisdom of God to be able to handle such people. My sister said, exactly, sir. Exactly, my sister. It is so sad. Kwame Chumesi is coming back again. He says, God bless you, brother. Kwame, God bless you too, Miriam. I know your personal experience, and I know you've had your own share of it. People we trust back home, you release, things that you sweat and give to them to keep for you, to protect for you, which in the end is going to benefit them. More likely, you will not even benefit from them. Because people back home, let me tell this to you. If you are back home in Africa or Asia, anywhere, and your brothers have traveled, let me give you this idea. Remember one thing, that every project that your brother, your sister, your friend who has traveled outside, every project he does back home in Africa, chances are he may not benefit from them ever in his life. If he will, it will be 2 months, he touches on it, 2 months, boast as if it is for him, even though he spends the money, feel happy that he has achieved something, and then he will leave it back for you people to enjoy. So if there is anyone we have to support, help, encourage to do things, it is those people who have traveled overseas, because they don't have the luxury of time to go back home there, stay there to enjoy what they have wasted their lives for. I'm telling you. And interestingly, their children too, chances are they are not interested. The children they make outside of Africa, outside of Asia, outside of those developing countries, the children they make in the developed countries, the children, based on the type of news like this they get online, they are not interested in coming back home to fight with you over the properties of their fathers. Even if they come and you show them, they will leave it for you. So if there is anyone you need to encourage your brothers who have traveled overseas to come and do projects, because it is you and your children that will benefit, not he himself. Meanwhile, that is the sweat of him that traveled outside. He's working so hard. Sometimes he maybe 3 or 4 days out of the 7 days, he eats whilst he's driving just to go and get a job done, just to come and finish that project back home for you to enjoy. But you don't know. You see his picture, one photograph, you think he's enjoying. He's rather struggling to make ends meet, just to come and achieve something, do something back home for you and your generations to enjoy. But you think he's doing it for himself. Let me ask you, how many weeks, days do you think he spends back there? Sister Cheesy says, my brother, wahala everywhere. Greedy at the highest order. Exactly, you are on point. Thank you so much, Sister Cheesy. I need to contact you very soon. People, whenever people overseas, I'm speaking to our brothers and our sisters, our parents back home in Africa. I'm pleading with you. When those of us overseas want to come and do projects in Africa, remember that it's not for them. Even though on record it is written, it is recorded in their names. I want you to understand this. If you want to get the proof, check the last time your brother came to Africa and check how long he spent, the longest period he spent back home. 2 months, 3 months. They call it 4 weeks. They call it 6 weeks. They say 5 weeks. He has to run back. He has to run back to where he lives, just to come and put himself on the treadmill again. He keeps running, making money, doing something, send it back to you, do something for me. He will say, do it for me, do it for me, do it for me. But you will realize that when it is done, he doesn't get to enjoy it. Many other people that have done great projects back home, and unfortunately, they even passed away overseas. And it is the family and the other relative friends back home that will enjoy it. Because his kids, his children, he has raised outside Africa, outside Europe, the developing countries. Those children, like I said, I'll repeat it, they are not interested. They don't want to go to this Africa to go and take these properties. So do things for your brothers in love and treat them well, because they have good plans. It's just that it's difficult to achieve all the plans at a go. So it will take time for them to touch on everybody that they would want to help. This is just advice to you. But we're going to watch a video of the wife that has contracted people to affect his own husband. Why? Because the husband, let's get it. You will get the reason why a wife would do this. And you ask yourself, can your wife do this? Or if you are a wife, can you do this? If you cannot, then we need to think through this very well. Listen to this.
No, obetieska.
Yeah, obetieska.
Scan emudu.
Okay, na a scanner car no the torso.
Okay, so this one, the wife paid money to this guy who is in mask that we're trying to protect his personality. A wife paid money to this guy and his team. Okay, why did this happen? So that this guy and his team will, I don't want to use a raw word, to affect the life of this husband. And then, so she paid money and also added the car of the man, because if the man is not there, his car, the wife doesn't need it. So the wife agreed to give the man's car if the job gets done. Wife.
Sika and the car.
Na car no kana be man na use car no.
Like se mukum ni wi a be man car.
Na fe de se ne man ba be di side. Na ya fa car no.
This is Angel 102.9.
Just over farm as saying.
Me saita.
Saita no moye den.
Langard.
Okay. Okay. And
so the woman paid this guy and his team purposefully to go and affect this man, fix his life, you know what I mean? And then the wife promised to give the man's car to them plus some money on top. This is one of the saddest stories we can ever share on this channel. A wife and a husband living together in one house.
Right, and when they friend Langard.
Okay. Sites no Bribia won't be like your frafra. Will be any baby of your binds, will be an Adrian power the bum.
Okay.
And see me near bush and me penny for no crime is more committing war. Pram beach harbor. It's an aqua say Emunia will be my smartness nature how close I on penny for no bay.
Okay.
And see almost combine no. And a mini panel. Ebe catcher me say omoko shia woman bina as in commode by say oni nukunu ti bema na ibu ni kwase a nti no opese onku bema no.
So what is happening here is this: the guy says in his team of people that who are doing this, they are land guards. Land guards in Africa means they just guide the land. If you buy land and you want to do a project, they will come and frustrate you unless you pay some money to them before the land you have spent your money on before you can use that land. So he's saying that the big boys, the big men in the land guard group traveled and came back and said a woman has approached them that they should fix the life of her husband, and if they can do that, she's going to pay money plus a car. Okay.
This is Angel 102.9.
Ya kasana no bi banti kaso na ya de share time for nti no osade nkomodo ba na akwa say no ono no ontumi nje because ya dos ne wo ho nti afi so oto ama wo ono obedi nkomo wo a opese wonye no na afi wo wage contract na ese.
So it means their boss brought the contract. They call it a contract because it's a deal. Their boss brought the deal to them and then told them the whole thing. And then amongst the group, whoever wants to take the contract will take that contract and just pursue it for the person. So he said the boss would not do it. He will just bring the deal, throw it to the guys that are into these things, and then one of them will pick the job. So that is what he's trying to say here. Viewers, please share your opinion, share your thoughts, and also share the program and let other people learn from such stories. This is real. Trust me. The channel, the station where we got this information from, we are trying to liaise with them. It's a very credible source, and they will not play tricks with anyone.
Or nobody in a share room.
Okay.
So when the boss brings such contract, he will share the information with you. Whoever picks the job will get a percentage. Then you go and do it, you get the money, and then you give the boss a percentage.
Okay.
2 billion. woman is about 2 billion, and a man used to Toyota Taco.
Okay, so viewers, what this guy is saying here is that I don't know the grace that is upon this man's life. There is special grace upon the man that was supposed to be affected, because he said as soon as the boss brought the story, this guy never knew the man, no one knew the man, but then he said straight away he decided to pick the job because he didn't want this man to be dealt with like that. So he said if he did not take the job, someone else in the team was going to take the job. So he decided to pick the job so that the man's life will be saved. This is amazing. It takes only the grace of God that will let somebody have such a compassion for somebody they have never seen or somebody they don't know. So this guy said he decided to own up to say that he will do the job. And let's see what happened.
Okay.
Until the car no se beka ho.
Man and the car no na our cars ni baby.
Oh, our cars.
Okay.
Like obi ode na ho.
Okay.
Until one be share date or the payment no ebeba. Enti no
na can say obetua ka ansana action akoso.
Yeah, so untu ansana akoso.
Okay.
So it was the money was supposed to be paid before the job started, and the amount involved for this was 2 billion. 2 billion is like, I think, 200,000. Please correct me if you are online and then you know the Ghana currency. 2 billion is, I think, 200,000 Ghana cedis. And 200,000 Ghana cedis is like split by, it's about, let's say about 30,000, no, maybe about $50,000 Australia, roughly about 50, let's say 40 to 50 grand. About 40 to $50,000 Australia. It's gonna be about maybe 30, 35 US, something like that. That is the amount promised. They promised these guys to deal with this man. 2 billion, just that 200,000 Ghana cedis, and just because of that, someone was gonna go down.
Yeah, shared it. Intime me ho. Woman shared it. Sari it no wamba. Ena osma one man omo driver bi omo de nante. Inti enam driver no se na woman de hu ye. Inti sa driver no se na woman be bibia o de fa no se no de ba. Inti mo anyi mre bi na mo frɛ me sɛ ene de meeting no be ba so na se me nkɔhwɛ papa ne fie. Papa no wasi hotel. Inti se na me nya kum papa na de me kɔda ne hotel ho. Ade me kɔda papa ne hotel ho na me de hu sɛ ono papa ne ni.
Okay.
Na me hwɛ time.
So the guy is saying that he took the job. They agreed on everything. The first date they scheduled the appointment with the woman. The woman didn't turn up the first day, but she ended up coming another day, and so everything went through. And the man has got a hotel to his credit in life. He's built a hotel. You guys are doing well. So the woman discussed that this guy had to go and sleep in the hotel so that he would know the plans, the itinerary of the man. So the advice is, when you travel, please stop sharing your locations. Stop the sharing, disclosing where you are. Stop telling everyone everything. Sometimes you need to maintain a certain level of privacy, still with the grace of God being your strength.
Or the best time or the PA. Why am I fast or you made the opinion? I want the papa picture every me.
Okay.
In today, no more papa picture and no more by and you may be 7. Into 7 years, say uncle papa ni fee and kosher. Into a kosher papa ni fee and mamma picture. No, my woman did 15,000 eka for say ye kosher fee hono. Into that 15,000, me men so 15,000. Me more the 15,000 kosher me penny for an answer.
Wow.
Into 15,000, no more 1,000 and a journal because now me for drop in echo into 70 I'm a drop in eka. Into a dear chain, no, I'm saying no. Se 2 billion could penny for no while. Maybe your more against some will be for se me kasa me trains kana ase na makobo papa na amane a o memo bi fifra ko nti se me ndi kan enko nti me frɛ papa no anopa e na me kada nse o me pese me ni ndi nkomo ba se obesuru a onfa obi nka no no mu nhia me na obi pese me nku no ndi sa na one woman na eda ho e na woman ka kyerɛ ne se no e fraud for nti no on forget ye nti me sa frɛ papa na biom na me kan se ami ndi agro o se o mi fi ona Bobi person onkuna na me nti no e ho na me nse no se manye faster woman na beti meton nti me ko hack me boss no phone nti na afa oni woman no communications no eba me so me ho
okay
nti me ho na me se wa from akadom se no ma be chuki omo nti ho na me so no me che me boss na me kan se no adwuma no yawa wo ho nti se manye smart a woman na ye set up na wa set yen nti na ma me be.
All right. So what the guy is saying at the moment is that when everything went through, he took the money, he decided to ring the man and tell him that, look, someone wants us to do this to you, against you. But interestingly, he said when he called the man was apparently in his own house, in bed with his wife. Where else? So the wife, upon hearing what this guy was saying to the husband, the wife decided to trivialize the case, the information being passed on. So it made the man started saying, if someone wants to do this to me, let the person do it. I don't care. You guys are scammers. You just want to scam me. You want money from me. But the guy said, no, that is not it. So he began to feel like the woman had started feeling someone was going to blow her cover. So if this guy was not careful, the woman might go back and fix the whole thing. So this guy ended up hacking his boss's mobile phone so that he will be able to know what kind of information is going across, so that he will be careful, because it could end him in a very serious situation.
And I'm chukina. It's a mafia na boss no so no why to stay be the side.
Okay.
It's a fenia wo mom beka choni bia no no safre me abom yamane. Nti me dey can report wo Adenta police station. Because na me frame man afi no mfa. Nti na say me hwe kwan me fa so a, because wo wan na why ready say sa week ni mo dey say man nti me nko off.
This is Angel.
Me dey can small will be call man if you mom kwaje man na number na e ma me, because na me ni man na number. Nti me small will be call man if na me matena area ho da nti me nim area ni nti me kwasma will be owo area ho call man ho. Kwaje na man na me frame my friend na on fa biom. Ena me kwabo Adenta police farmer ne ena omo yi CID bi kan me ni pa bi no mo kofi ho. Ena omo.
So according to the guy, when he realized that the man was not picking up his phone again after hacking his own boss's phones, he decided to make an official report at the police station in Ghana. So this is a very official case that went on. So he reported the case, and the police service gave him police escort to be able to go and pursue the case. And now this is where it gets tricky. It's not like just an allegation. There's been confession to the situation.
Ne man ko kasai omo kro mo invite man to police station, because no mo pese oba ne be hu ne yeko said bi ho afi ma report ake omo man ko na onye serious bi fi say ye di agro nti ye dinim didimu na afi de man ko police station nti ko police station ono e na mo invite me na me bounce me ba na me dem picture ba say nye ne picture ni picture na me de chance na say any wedding day picture obi ani sa picture ni bi e wo ne ne re pe ho nti ba ne say na me menya aka
102.9.
It's already gone. Me the picture, but no money. Me ma copy picture ni bi atwo dada. Into mo je ne wo me ono.
Okay.
It's an urban so some feti kwa ko CID for no ma ko kana na nti say me ni picture ni bi anka me ni evidence.
So according to this guy, when they met at the police station, they brought the man, and so the woman gave a photograph of the man just so that they would know that it is him. So the photo the woman gave to these guys to use to identify the man and do the job. These guys also took the picture. He took the picture with him to the police station. So when the man saw the photo, then he realized that this picture is a very personal picture he took with his wife, I think when they did their wedding. So this is what struck the man and made him know that, okay, so there could be something going on here. How did this guy get access to this picture?
Yes, and
yes, we wura mu any CID for no so kra koye. Okay.
Nti yes ano. Man no se be serious. E na oba no sa call CID headquarters. And so oba no no sa wo oye penny, oba no se penny. Nti oni police in penny for ni bi. Nti omo ye case ni fi Adenta, because na say na me ye no hu say den because now afi we hu say me beka drum say me wo evidence or oba no kwa nim say me, because now onim say me wo oni nkrofo no communication.
Okay.
Ma record e gu ho. Into omo yi case ni fi Adenta how they call
be my kakra.
They call headquarters.
Okay.
Into headquarters.
So it looks like the lady was also connected amongst the security personnel. So she was calling the shots where the case should go and all that behind the scene, but she did not know that this guy also had certain level of evidence that will blow her mind.
So media chiko enti no na me call Omo frame me because I'm fi say bi omo frame me amemba say mesra na no.
This is
Nti omo frame me me call her twice. Nti third time no. E no mo ma me ne oba na be hia nti me se me kɔ na fede na me de oba no voice recording na me nkrofo no time omo ye payment nkomo ayidi ni nyina no na afa me ne woman omo driver na kasa 101 nti no me ne kasa bia me recording ne to ho
okay
aha na me boss no so kasa me recording e na ya me twe womo so womo de na womo ma boabo ni nyina no na me de call ho nti ye call na afa de na woman person di 90 Mr. T said me play recordings no.
So you see, the trickiest part is this: when the guy took all his evidences, because according to the guy, from the time he made the report, he started recording every conversation that went on between himself and his bosses, and between himself and the woman, and everything that was happening. So when he came to the police station and he brought everything and laid everything in front of the police officers and the wife and the husband, then the woman knelt down and started to apologize to the husband that she has organized for him to be dealt with that way.
Hey! This is Angel 102.9.
Everyone is shocked.
Nah, like, you know, I want idea woman say, yes, I know, not Saturday na man person cause na niama wo oba ne dem because na wo mo se fie ne mienu
okay
wo mo se fie ne mienu na efie no ba ko wo East Legon mo ho e na man ne de no so wo Adenta nti ye call man no oba ne fie ho no ye ko to ye man te ma police commander ba ko penny pa e wo ba ne bedroom
This is
you know what is happening? According to the guy, when they went, after everything came out, the man wanted to go and take his personal belongings from the wife's house. And according to this guy, when they got in there to take the man's possessions, they realized that one of the security personnel, the highest in rank, and one of them was in the room of the wife. Doing what? You can tell. You know what I mean? Not on official duty, but then on his own agenda, personal with the wife of this man that wants to that wants to deal with him this way. I'm being careful with my choice of words because of YouTube policies and all that. So people, we have to be very careful. Even the very wife, we've spoken about a son dealing with a father. This is family arena, and I want you to understand that everything we do here, we are doing it just to educate all of us and to create more awareness. This is family arena. Okay, God bless you as we are doing this. So he's saying that the wife did all that, and when they went there, they also saw a senior security expert in the bedroom of this guy. Why should this happen? Why should it be like that? Let's see.
And then man in fee no. Say him say obi was I no anybody guard my bodyguard no catch me to me so say you right inside wa because na me yes anka. Me yes so man mu naked sir because me hu say you penny. And already no you see Range Rover Mini into no time ye kokoko ho no. Na oba ne de sa car no ye de bi si no. Ba na yenim say police ne de.
Okay.
Aha. Into na ho na me be hu say no. Na de say oba no kra no won penny for tie na chinti na. So
you see, according to this guy, they realized that they met security officers, high-ranking security officers in the lady's house. So they realized that the lady had a lot of backing, a lot of power behind her. So she does things, fearing nothing. So if you are dealing with such a person, she knows how to twist the law and how to get things done in her favor.
So say obeti me twitwa de no nti we metwa ne tita nti asem no ye
no na oba no nti reason na ema oba na bo pa no enyina ne sen
be ma no okay me sa asem na oba na kan na ye no kre ba be ma ne deny ba later me ne be click ye nti no o kan no kre no se na ono be ma ne nwo ye
okay
e na be ma ne oba fofra ko wo baabi
This is Angel.
e na o si fi amana na be ma no se na oye adwuma wo okay o wo mining company
okay
or mining company or excavator ni ama na oba wo nsu ni pa oni mbebi asa machines ne ne ama ni na wo internet say okuna e na be ma no se mehwe ana ni family square shada eni emben no Because of them say ne baba akope on sa abruchi no atana on ba Ghana ha. Nti no kuna na nkasa na mani nyina abedi ne side. Nti botaya na esi adwuma no ho mi.
Okay.
Enti se enye anamo no autuye no anka.
Anka. By this time.
Okay, viewers, now the reason for the whole action has been known. Okay. The guy is confirming that the woman confessed that the reason why she organized this against the husband is that the two of them have been married for a while. They have a child. They did not have a child, but this man has gone to have a child with another woman somewhere. So this woman's fear is that the property she has worked with the husband to attain in life, the husband was going to let another person's child inherit it. For this reason, the wife thought the husband must go. This is the reason why the husband was being led out of this earth by the wife. People, I want you to understand this, that in as much as what the woman is doing, has done, is not the right thing, I believe we also have to think about things very well. In that, if you are married to someone, I know it cannot be a straightforward thing, but please, we have to also learn or find a way to maintain our honesty within our relationships, within our families, how we keep our families and how we make sure things are working well. If not, such things could potentially happen, and when they do happen, they bring very, very terrible results. You don't want this to happen in your home. This is a very terrible woman. The two stories that we've had are both very terrible. There's no one to trust. Wives cannot be trusted. I believe there will be another story somewhere where maybe a husband is also doing such a thing to a wife. And now a child has done it to a father. A wife has done it to a husband. We will definitely get another story where a husband is also doing it to a wife. So trust is something the Bible says that trust no man. Do not put your trust in men. We have to trust only in God. But we have to know that in as much as when we depend on God, and prayer is our strength. That is where 1,000 will fall on our side and 10,000 will fall on our left side, and nothing will happen to us. Only with our eyes shall we see the reward of the wicked. I wish we would get to know this man, but it looks like his based on his status in society, he doesn't want to show his face because he's a rich person. He owns a mining rig, like he owns a mining company in Ghana, according to the guy. And that is why the woman's greed has come up so high. So we only need to learn from such situations and understand that trust is something we need to be very careful before we release it. Our trust, we need to try and keep it until we are very convinced before we release our trust to anyone. I mean, anyone on this earth. Our choices are very important. The people we are meeting are very, very important. The way we handle people around us is also very important. But viewers, I'll call you family. If you are listening to me, I want to say that God bless you so much for listening to us. Please, for even sharing this message to other people, because not many will understand. Even the original video is in Ghanaian language, but we try to bring this into English. So share it so that people that are also from other countries that would need to learn from this can have a lesson well learned, because many have been cheated many times. Some try to go and establish businesses overseas. They got people to rob them, got people to take everything from them. But if we can get such realistic information, examples from the environment, then somebody somewhere, some way, somehow will know that these things are not just mere stories. They are real life situations, and that if you want to, think through your situation, you will know that you can get away with it. This is Family Arena once again for you from your brother Koda. We've had 2 stories today. I want these stories to be a blessing. So please continue to share them both on YouTube and on Facebook, and let everybody benefit from this. Please, your thoughts, your opinions, your confirmations, your comments are really, really welcome. So please Do share your thoughts, do share your opinions so that we can all learn together. God bless you so much for being with us. We really, really appreciate everything you have done and for sticking tight with us. God bless you so, 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 so much. We have a song that we're going to, go on break with. And I believe that by the time we come back from a short session of music, if there are any, comments, we will read them for everybody to know what you had to say about this. God bless you so much. I believe that with God on our side, if Christ is with us, we will fear no evil. So the song in the background says, Okayahui Yinsuro Bibia. Enjoy this. Viewers, in conclusion, I'll read a few comments from our lovely viewers and our lovely brethren. We have Brother Benjamin Sadiq. Hey, brother, I was enjoying your worship today in the afternoon with our sister. God bless you so much. It was great. He says, good job, sir. Thank you so much, my brother. God bless you. And my sister Kuya Sewa, hey, Sister Kuya, we have to chat. We are always busy running around. He says, good morning, bro. God bless you, my sister. God bless you too, as you are always wishing us the blessings of the Lord. And we pray and we wish that everyone will keep sharing such information. Please share them, educate people, and let people know the dangers we live in. As children of God, this is the time we have to let our light shine. We have to let everything that we do be done in the way of God, because He is the only source of our protection. God bless you as you've joined us. We'll see you again tomorrow on Thursday, and it's going to be War Zone. Trust me, Reverend Collins Kwache and Evangelist Justice Asari are ready, and it's going to be powerful, powerful, powerful. God bless you so much. I'll see you again tomorrow.